Terrifier 3 is, and this may surprise you, the third film in the Terrifier franchise. Shocking, I know. Terrifier 3 was directed by Damien Leone and stars LaVera as Sienna, Elliot Fullam as Sienna's brother Jonathan, and David Howard Thornton as Art the Clown. In the third film, Art terrorizes the town of Miles County in a Santa Claus costume. Sienna and John are coping after the events of the last installment, experiencing panic attacks and hallucinations.
And it's causing panic attacks across theaters within just the first 5 minutes of the movie, even before the title card hits.
So we're big fans of the first two films, and this is no different. We had a great time, even though I think it's not as good as the second one, but I do think it's better than the first one.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is going to be a shorter review because we can't spoil anything. There's not much to actually talk about in terms of story. You know, I guess one thing I can say is that the story isn't really moved forward too much, or the lore. There's just not much introduced, like anything new. But having said that, it's very fun and great. I mean, just everything about it is awesome.
Yeah, that is my only complaint, is that it doesn't progress the characters, the plot, or the lore so much. That's really like the only thing I could complain about. I wish they would just fleshed that out a little more. Mm-hmm. Maybe add a little more to it. I guess they did. I think Leone said he cut out a good chunk at the end just to make it not like a 2.5-hour movie, kind of like the second one, because pushing that runtime. But I think it could have helped a little bit.
Yep. Same.
Not sure what it was cut out, but I know it was towards the end it was cut out. The last like 20, 30 minutes was...
My first thought walking out of the theater, as much as I loved it, was I wish that they would have tagged on an extra 15 minutes, maybe 20, you know, just to have more of the story and lore pushed forward, as I said.
But
so that's one thing, but that's like my only complaint, really.
We do know there's going to be a fourth one.
Yep, it's already been confirmed.
Which I'm excited for, though.
Me too.
I've actually really loved these movies.
Yeah.
And I'm not a huge slasher film enthusiast either. Like,
I like them.
They can be fun, but Art the Clown, I think, is one of the best antagonists in a slasher film of all time, possibly. Like, he has no restrictions.
No.
You're a little kid, old, adult, and he doesn't care whether you're good or evil. He'll just kill you.
Everybody's a victim. Anybody is a victim. I mean,
doesn't matter.
Yeah, rats are victims.
Yeah.
So, one thing I love about these movies, and the third one's no different, is the 80s grindhouse vibe. The lighting, I just love it.
Yeah.
The grittiness of it, they just don't hold back with anything at all.
No.
Oh my gosh.
I love the vibrant colors. For a movie that's so gritty and dark, for the most part, I'd say it's a dark comedy. One of my favorite kills, like, it's actually infamous now, the shower scene.
Yeah.
It reminds me...
I knew you were going to say that.
...of the infamous kill from the first one, you know, from
yes,
to head.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yep, it reminds me just of that. And it's gross, but pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah. You can laugh at it because it's not real.
Yeah. David Howard Thornton does such an amazing job. Like, he's literally just a body actor.
Oh,
man. He conveys so much with no lines.
His facial expressions are just top notch.
They're hilarious.
It's so funny. I mean, oh my gosh. You would think that you wouldn't walk into a theater to watch a gory movie like that, like one of the most gory movies I've ever seen in my entire life, and then laugh. But he does it. He pulls it off. It's incredible acting, but it's also hilarious.
If they didn't do that, I don't think the movies would be good like they are.
No.
Because they'd just be sick, sadistic, but they know what it is, and they're trying to have fun with it, even though it is twisted and nasty, but...
So, final thoughts? Great movie. I want to rewatch it already. And as I already said, my only complaint is it didn't really move the story or the lore forward very much, if at all, really. Maybe a little bit, but I can't get into that again. But still worth a watch, very much so.
Oh yeah, 100%. I definitely think the second one is still the strongest. It just was more epic, and I still love the protagonist. She's awesome. Yeah, I think Sienna is one of the best written female leads because she's vulnerable, but she's strong too. But she has issues, like you'll see in this one. Coping and anxiety attacks and their hallucinations, what's real, what's not.
Her range is incredible.
She's definitely the best actor in the films. Not to say everybody else didn't do a good job too, but she really stands out a lot.
You guys are all the same. You're leeches. Can't you act like a human being for one fucking second?
Yeah, so I think I gave Terrifier 2 the same scoring I give this one, which is a 4. And although I do like the second one more, I think this one's still pretty on par with it.
Yep.
It just,
I totally agree with that.
it literally, if it would have gave more to the story and the lore, it would have been just as good.
Yep. Let us know if you're going to go see Terrifier 3. And if you've already seen it, let us know what you thought about it. And yeah, we'll see you next time.